What's up, stock bros? Today we're going to summarize what happened this week. Crazy week, IPOs, vaccine news. We'll tell you what's our opinion and what's going to happen next. Hey, welcome back. I'm Bub,
And I'm
and
Ace.
that's right. And we're going to give you stock news. What's going on in our opinions? Please like, share, subscribe. Here we go, bros. Let's get right into it. So, Pfizer Corona vaccine, Disney, Airbnb, DoorDash IPOs. It's been a crazy week in the stock market, to say the least. What do you think, Ace?
Yep. And we had some federal government stuff going on as well. It's been very, very wild.
Yeah. So let's start with the Pfizer Corona vaccine. The FDA advisory panel late Thursday recommended approval. On Tuesday, the UK began vaccinations. The FDA will review the Moderna vaccine on December 17th. Meanwhile, AstraZeneca said the final phase showed its corona vaccine is 70.4% effective 2 weeks after the second shot. So with that news, is that optimistic for the market? Is it time to buy in on like the rotation stocks, which are like, Air Canada or American Airlines, the airlines and tourism stocks? Is this good news for those, or are we just in the early stages? What do you think?
Good question, Bub. I think we're too early still. There was a reported case of an allergy in the UK to one of the vaccines. So, I mean, I'm still waiting to feel the repercussions from that. And not only that, I mean, it looks like Pfizer is going to have a hard time delivering most of the vaccines in particular regions and everything like that. So, I'd say just hold off for now on tourism and stuff, or at least that's what I would do. And I mean, to be seen.
Okay. So this is a wait and see then, because the virus is on a rise in the winter times. I know in our region of Ontario, it's about like 2,000 cases a day at this point, right? Something like that. In the States is much worse. So it's a to be continued kind of scenario there, right? The market deciding, if it's a positive or negative, and a lot of other things going on. So DoorDash, Airbnb, C3.ai Soar. So Airbnb soared 113% its IPO after pricing above the expected range. The accommodation services provider raised 3.5 billion, the largest IPO of the year. DoorDash, the day before, raised 3.4 billion with shares soaring 89% on the first day. And then there was another AI company by C3.ai, ticker symbol AI, raising 650 million with strong price. AI leapt 120% in its debut. So what do you think of these stocks? Did you play any? I know we're for Airbnb, but I stayed out of it just because it was just way overpriced for what I could handle.
Yeah, I mean, all three of these IPOs were, except that AI is an interesting one, but DoorDash and Airbnb were highly anticipated, and they immediately rose way beyond even price targets for 2-3 years out. Airbnb, I stuck with the plan that we put in our previous video, which is, I bought, about 10, 20 shares on the opening day, basically midday, things calm down a little bit, but we can already see Airbnb is settling down further. I feel like it's going to decline a little more, and I'm holding out to buy more shares. I'm probably going to do 10 shares a week or something like that for a little while.
Right. And I also put an alert on Airbnb for movement. So I got a notification at the end of Friday that it hit 52-week low. I know that's it's a little early to say 52-week or 52-week low or high, but it touched 141 at the end of the day. So, I look forward to it dropping a little bit more just because, I want to get in since IPO date was insane. But moving on to Disney Plus, subscribers soar, more content on the way. So Disney's promising a slew of new entertainment. They're going to hit Disney Plus. What's your take on it? Could they be stealing more market share from Netflix? Disney has reached new highs this week as well. I mean, the stock was sitting in the gutter at 90 or lower in March, and now it's almost $180. What's your take on it?
So this one's an interesting one. First of all, let me just say I love Disney Plus. I use it all the time. I watch maybe like one show a day, honestly. But right now, Disney parks are still kind of rocky. and they make a lot of their income from the Disney parks. So in terms of the streaming service, good for them. Looks good. That's exactly what they wanted. Actually, in my opinion, that rise in subscribers isn't that great. Like, it's a lot, but it's not. It's nothing to be touting your horn about. That's for sure. But yeah, and they're also increasing their fees, which is interesting. So we'll see. We'll see. I would say still hold out on this one. You don't want to get in late into Disney, but at the same time, I really do think that I can probably get a better price. Probably. I like Disney though.
Yeah, I think Disney is going to keep growing. It's making smart moves. But you got to also keep in mind their park has been closed this entire year, right? So, I mean, there are. I think the NBA was practicing there in a couple of the areas, but other than that, they've had no foot traffic in their parks. So they've been doing well just on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, that's right. And honestly, it's just smart management. So you can expect to see more good moves coming in the future.
Yeah, and they said they're going to increase the fee, which I don't know if that'll affect you, but they're putting up another dollar or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was $1, right? Increases by
Yeah.
$1 to $7.99. Yeah, I mean, I think people are willing to pay that much.
Interesting. Interesting. Maybe use your stim checks.
Yeah.
I see people sharing their services lately too. Like if you have a Spotify and someone has a Disney Plus, they kind of swap accounts and share, even though I guess you're not supposed to do that, but you can't stop people from doing what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Facebook faces antitrust suits, eh? So the government came out this week saying they are looking at breaking up Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. These all fall under Facebook because it's about anti-competitive practices, right? So what could that mean for Facebook? Do you think they're scared or what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, that's big moves. I don't know if Facebook forgot to pay off someone or something like that, but the thing is, when you're losing such a big portion of your company like Instagram, which is huge for them, I mean, it's not going to be a huge hit. Be totally honest with you, like they're making enough money on their own platform. Facebook ads brings them tons of money. But at the same time, this does not bode well for Facebook. So we're gonna have to see what happens here. But I'll say this much: if you own the stock, you don't have to panic for 2 to 3 years. This is gonna be tied up in court for months, years. So let's not
Yeah.
go crazy here.
Yeah. So if you own Facebook, just keep watching the news. I don't think it'll hit the stock too much. I don't know how it works when you break a company up, right? So what does that mean? They're going to like divest it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Basically,
not
spin
too
off the
familiar.
companies essentially, and yeah, I don't know. May possibly give it to other companies. I'm not even sure. But let's just say I don't even think it's gonna happen. 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.
Yeah. Okay. Tesla's China sales soar. So Tesla's China sales of its made in China Model 3 surged to 21,604 vehicles in November, according to an industry group. Tesla also raised another $5 billion on the capital markets amid strong demand ahead of its December 21 S&P 500 entry. Tesla shares rose slightly in a volatile week. Yeah, we saw Tesla dip down to 570 at one point this week. So, and it's back up around 600 something. What's your take on this company?
Uh, well, we have a Tesla video. I'm still very bullish. I'm buying pretty much every time it goes below 600, to be honest with you. But we'll see what happens. And I'm actually very encouraged by those Tesla China sales. That's very interesting because I'm expecting going to the future that Neo and Xpeng take all of those sales. But we'll see. I mean, the thing is now it's going to become it's going to be a foreign exotic car, right?
Yeah.
To the Chinese residents, they're going to be like, "Oh, you have a Tesla? Wow, big money, big spender." Like that's so cool.
Because Tesla's the premium brand of the electrical vehicles there, probably, right? Compared to the Xpeng and Leo Auto.
Exactly.
Could be
So
interpreted that way. I mean, like people have their own interpretation of what they consider to be a luxury versus, it's like anything else, right? You want to either you're part of this group or in a part of another group.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll say something else, just a quick addition here. It wasn't mentioned in this article, but Tesla, oh, actually it did. It says it right there. Tesla raised another 5 billion in capital markets. So now this is interesting because basically they're utilizing their stock price to generate more capital. So this only means good things for in the future for Tesla, because they're going to use this money to build more factories, get more employees, stuff like that, right? So that is good for the company in the long term. In the short term, it might take a little hit. People might be a little scared, but
Well, that was the hit. It went to like 570 for a bit, unless it recovered that quickly, like Tesla's invincible or something.
yeah, it did
Yeah.
recover quickly.
So the next one, Lululemon earnings unexpectedly rise. Unexpectedly rise. So Lululemon earnings per share rose 21%, defying views for a decline as revenue climbed 22% to 1.1 billion. $1.1 billion. The result marked a sharp improvement from prior two pandemic scared quarters. So the yoga wear maker, e-commerce sales nearly doubled as more people work out from home.
Interesting.
That is crazy, eh? Those pants keep on selling, man.
Look, I mean, I don't know if you've ever touched the Lululemon pants or like anything like that. They're amazing, and not only that, this company is run by geniuses. So of course they're gonna adapt to any market conditions. How is this defying views? Honestly, in my opinion, this was exactly what was gonna happen. In fact, I should have
Yeah.
probably invested in it. What am I
I mean,
doing?
I remember Lululemon back in 2009 when I started seeing them everywhere. That's when
Yeah,
you should have invested in it, right? And it
I remember
obviously
you
continued.
calling that out. I
It was
remember
a,
that.
it was a decade ago, man. So I could have retired off that company. So next we have here home furnishing retailers see strong demand. RH earnings vaulted 122%. Revenue jumped 25% to 844 million. I don't follow this sector closely, but what can you speculate from home furnishing retailers? Why are they getting a bump up in sales?
Hey, look, I mean, there's the obvious answer, which is people are moving out to homes in rural areas and stuff like that. At least that's happening in Ontario. And they're saying, hey, if I'm working from home, I might as well make it as amazing as possible.
That's right.
When the pandemic started, Wayfair basically took off and blew up because guess what? Even I was ordering from Wayfair to populate my home with furniture because you're gonna live in it. You're stuck here. You're not just moving around. You have to buy
Yeah,
office equipment, tables, and stuff. What do you
and
think?
you're not traveling, so
Yeah,
you're taking your travel dollars or the money you would have spent at the bar or whatever on gifts or work parties, etc., and you're just furnishing your home. Like, I mean, I was on Amazon a lot early in the pandemic, buying a bunch of shit to make my place feel and look better, right? So you were
very
on
good.
Wayfair, and Wayfair jumped insanely high.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so
I
the
should have
last
been
one,
buying Wayfair stock instead of the furniture. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly. Every time you bought from Wayfair, you buy a share from their company. That's
Yeah.
how you're supposed to do things. It's a little tip for everyone there from the bros. Adobe tops Q4 targets, guides higher. So, digital media and marketing software maker Adobe, everyone uses it, reported a 23% EPS gain, with revenue up 14% to 3.4 billion. Both beat views. Adobe, which tends to give cautious outlooks, also guided up current Q1 and full fiscal 2021. So, wait, the board also okayed a $15 billion stock buyback program, but
Uh-oh.
shares fell on earnings. So what's Adobe doing over here? I guess they're still making money and they're buying back their stock. It seems like a pretty solid company, eh?
Wow. Wow. You're right. Usually, when a company buys back their stock, that's a very, very bullish indicator. It means, hey, you know what? I think my stock is so cheap that I'm going to buy it back. And that before the retail investors get more of it. So, you know what? It looks like Adobe management or their board of directors very bullish. That's very interesting to me. And
That's
you know,
right.
and honestly, like they haven't been increasing too much during the pandemic. So, I mean, it seems like it was overdue. What do you think?
I think Adobe is a solid company. I haven't found many replacements for Adobe. I think that whole area with Adobe and DocuSign is a strong indicator that during these times you want to do everything digital. So digital signatures. These are companies I would probably invest in this decade because paper's going away, meeting up in person to sign something's going away. It's all online. easy signature approval process of certain items. I could see this company being something huge this decade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that wraps up the news in the week. There were obviously other companies that did really well, Asana, Cisco, but we'll cover them in another video. Anything else left to add there, Ace?
No, I just wanted to say shout out to Investors Business Daily. I mean, we don't support them or anything, but this was a great article. I like it.
Yeah, I will drop that in the description. So, guys, if you like what you heard today, please like and share via the description. Leave comments. What did you do this week? Did you get into any of the IPOs? Always willing to help our stock bros do even better. So that's it for me. Peace out.
Peace out, bros.